Alright guys, how's it going? So George, the new sporting director, if everything gets over the line, he's on his way to Liverpool this week, to the city this week, later this week I believe. Doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence, but it does sound like it's going to go ahead. Now when I say it doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence, I mean it just doesn't fill me with a lot of excitement maybe, you know what I mean? Like, fair enough, I wasn't going, oh, God, this sounds exciting. I mean, he signed Eric Bayer once, you know what I'm saying? So he must know a thing or two. But no, like, in life, you've got to give people a chance, right? Because otherwise, managers, players, they would never step up and never be able to make a name for themselves. So he's never had a job as big as this, but that doesn't mean that he can't succeed, assuming he does finalise the agreement this week when in the city. Now, just because you've got a great CV doesn't mean you're great at what you do, all right? You look at Roy Evans, he's one of the most experienced, not Roy Evans, oh, how disrespectful was that? Roy Hodgson. If you look at Roy Hodgson, look at his CV, highly experienced, but was terrible at Liverpool, obviously. Who in the right mind would... I can't even believe that Roy Hodgson was our manager. Anyway, but I don't want to, hate on him. He tried his best or whatever, but just incredible when you think about it, guys. So, I don't know. Nobody knows, whether he'll come in and do great or whether he'll come in and be terrible. We don't know. What I'm saying is I was just like, oh, right, okay. There were other football directors that sporting directors, that I would have been more excited about. Now, two of the opinions at the time, or two of the things that were said when this news first came out was, one, it's just, the safe option, just a yes man that'll agree with Klopp because they're friends and all that. And the other one, the other thing that was said was, the other argument was, this is, Jurgen knows him very well, best mates, they're very experienced, work together. And both of them, I mean, really, even Jurgen Klopp himself has said that this isn't about, this isn't a Jurgen Klopp appointment. This isn't a Jurgen Klopp appointment. Their careers, past or whatever at some point. They know each other, but that's it. They're not close or anything like that. So, it's really weird because, like I said, two different opinions. One, like, well, this is the right decision because Jurgen knows him. And then the other people say, well, he's just appointing a yes man. So the reality of the situation is, and I thought this from the off, was, just because someone knows someone in football or they're the same nationality doesn't mean that they're close friends or that they're, that Klopp thinks he's, the best thing since sliced bread, he's very experienced. Jurgen himself said that, well, just because he's German don't mean, anything. And he's trying to make it clear that it's not a Jurgen Klopp appointment. I don't know if you saw those comments. So I'm not sure if I'm explaining myself very well, but the reason for the video was to tell you, if you don't know, or you haven't been following, things closely, that George, Jorge, whatever you want to call him, is due in the city this week. And it does sound like a short-term deal with the option to extend, which leaves the door open, I think, a little bit for, I can't help but say this, but it just makes you think, is that because they're just looking for a short-term solution because the owners don't know if they're going to sell the club or not? I think that's why nobody more prestige, if you like, or experience accepted the proposals, to come and work for Liverpool. Liverpool might say, we never offered anybody anything. Might be a play of words, but if you've got good reputation, you don't want it on your CV if something goes wrong, or maybe not so much that, but do you want to go in? I wouldn't take a job on with anyone if there was uncertainty over my position afterwards. So, if you're going to be a sporting director, you can't do that short term, surely, because it's like, surely you have a 3, 5, 7 year plan or something like that. Like if you take on the role, if you're a sporting director, you're being offered the job, you're considering the job. what would be one of the things you would say? I've never been a sporting director, but I imagine they would say, okay, so what's the plan for the next 5 years then? You know, financially, how determined the club are, who are the owners going to be? The owners going to turn around and go, well, to be honest with you, the club is up for sale, so we can't really give an answer about that at the moment. I just think that might put people off, and that's why we didn't see, a more exciting appointment. He hasn't been appointed yet. I don't think there's anything agreed. But it sounds like he's coming over to check things out, and we will see in due course. All right. So I've read conflicting articles about this chap. I don't know anything about him, to be honest with you. I've read some people saying, yeah, he'll be good because he takes no nonsense approach. Not quite sure how that works with FSG, to be honest. But I've also seen other reports saying, why Liverpool? He's never had a job that big. But I don't want to, I'm all for the little guy. Do you know what I mean? So give him a chance. If he does take the job and he's got my back in, come on, lad, let's do it. Show him wrong or whatever. I'm just saying, just doesn't excite me. Anyway, he's due in the City at some point this week, later in the week, I think, might be the weekend, I don't know. But keep your eyes and ears open. All right, guys.